pitch. Is Luke towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And he's pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappola and Red Sox Hall of Famer RICO Petroselli.
Well, hello. Hello.
Okay, broadcasting from high above courtside.
Yeah, I'm getting nosebleeds. We're so high.
18th floor of the beautiful Phoenix Towers on Singer Island, Florida. Mr. Zappola, Mr. Petroselli, but we are honored. I mean honored to have two rock stars in the hobby. One of them looks half dead, and the other looks three-quarters dead. We've got
welcome, guys.
We got Derek Grady from Heritage Auctions and Joe Tomasulo from Golden Auctions. Joe, are we boring you? No, if we're boring you, speak up.
No, not at all. I'm just fascinated by Derek's white collar.
He thinks I have priest-like qualities.
Is that a turtleneck? I bet you that's a mock turtleneck. One of those things.
You know what this is, dude? It's a freaking T-shirt.
I have a light T-shirt underneath.
I have a sweatshirt here. Okay.
Wait a minute, that's a T-shirt.
Oh, wait, that does look like a collar. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, you look like a priest.
Yeah.
I mean, except
Pastor Grady. I love it.
Hey, take his confession.
Ooh, you don't want that.
Yeah, I need to take some confessions around here.
Lou Blassi's in the house. The name of the show is the Great American Collectible Show. Tom Zapp, Red Sox Hall of Famer RICO Petroselli. I got a question for you before we start with these gentlemen.
All right. Hall of Fame.
No, I was watching a video the other day on, I can't remember, it was on Nesson, on the 67. They were talking about the Rich Rollins pop-up.
Yeah.
You never told me that in an earlier inning, a miscued ball hit you right in the throat.
That bad hot ball hit me right in the Adam's apple. And when that happens, you think you're going to die. You can't breathe. And then it eases up. Once it eases up, then you can breathe again.
So did the manager come out and all that?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, how you feeling? I went, I says, okay, you're good.
Really? So really clipped you, right?
Yeah, it did, but it eased up. I was like, no way you're going to come out of a game in the World Series. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Rico, how tough are infield pop-ups? Because you have all that time to just blow it.
Yeah. You know what? They're not easy.
I know. I always watch them, and it's like, especially when they're coming towards the mound and stuff like that, it's like there's a lot of pressure.
Tough. Guys, the home run, the power hitters, when they hit a pop-up, it's like, almost to the moon. Killebrew and all those guys, I mean, just incredible. And you wait till it comes down.
At Fenway, at a certain hour, it's impossible to see the ball in that sky.
Yeah, that's right. Light blue, and you just lose it. But sometimes it gets a little scary. You say, "Where's the second baseman?"
Yeah, you made the plays.
Wait a minute, but you mean when Yaz played left, I hit a ball. They'd hit a ball like halfway in between us. So he started going like this, waiting for me to get it. So after a while, I said, "What the hell I started doing pop up." Here he comes running in. He caught it.
All right, Derek and Joe are in. Listen, you guys have all kinds of stuff going on. Let's start with you, Derek. Tell us about your upcoming winter sports catalog auction that's coming up, correct?
The Platinum Night sale?
Yeah. When is that, March?
So that's February.
Yeah.
The end of February, beginning of March. Let me get you the exact dates on that.
That would be nice.
Since
February 28th.
February 20th. So Joe T will know more. He's no,
Joe,
honestly, it's so it ends February 28th and March 1st.
Any good tidbits that you can kind of lay on us for?
Well, we have previews in New York, previews in Beverly Hills, previews in the Dallas office. We got the Tom Seaver collection featuring his 69 Mets championship ring. We just dropped the Wagner in an authentic holder into the sale yesterday. 52 Manawini.
Wait. A T206 Wagner?
Yeah, that will go up against, I think, the the competitor has a 1. We just got an authentic that will be ending on February 28th.
Where the hell are these Wagners coming from?
Derek,
You know-
Derek, why is it authentic? What's the issue?
What is the issue? You know, I haven't seen this one for a while. I just don't remember. I'd want it in my hand so I could go over it. It might have been maybe evidence of trimming. I'm not sure. It's full, you know,
Okay.
it's pretty much full size with 4 borders, you know. It's the Gargiola example. We've sold it before.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've sold it before.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's a great one.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
That'll
I mean,
piggyback right off ours because it ends the week after.
yours is the week, your auction ends the week after. So no, it's a crazy auction. Bunch of
so
Jordan.
we got 2 Wagners, man.
Yeah, 2
Joe,
Wagners
What do you
coming
mean,
up.
2
with
new
that.
ones?
Well, Joe's is new to the hobby.
Joe's is new to
Derek's
the
has been
hobby,
around
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But we
Derek's
have you know,
yeah.
several modern cards, Jordan masterpieces, 1 of 1, some of the most desirable Jordan cards. We have, you know, several pieces that are 500,000 plus, multiple pieces. But the Seaver collection's an anchor, the Wagner's an anchor. You know, these Jordan pop 1, you know, 1 of 1 cards are anchors. There's,
You know, Joe, not for nothing, but you're a Seaver freak. You're a Seaver butt boy. Why does he have the Seaver stuff and you don't?
I can't answer that.
well, they didn't call Joe.
Unfortunately for me, I'm not a ring guy, so the 69 ring doesn't do much for me. I was really disappointed.
Doesn't do
Derek.
much for you.
Derek, I was hoping you would have one of his Cy Young awards. But
Yeah, I think the Hall of
heard
Fame
that's
got
not the
those.
case.
I believe the Hall of Fame had those.
Oh,
You
Joe,
guys
Yeah.
had those.
Joe, you love this. I happen to be friends with a lot of people in Round Rock Express, which Ryan's own, and was in the conference room at one point there, and sitting in the corner up against the wall were all of Nolan's Cy Young awards. They weren't even mounted; they were just sitting on the floor up against the wall.
Nice.
But Derek, talk about the rings and the market for rings, because I would think rings would be particularly valuable. First of all, they have some intrinsic value on their
So-
own. Plus,
They do. And, you know, guys like me, I'm a Cowboys fan. I know. Don't harass me. Jerry
Me
Jones.
too,
good-
Derek,
good
me
team.
too.
Good organization. Real
Jerry,
good
Jerry
organization.
Jones
Real
is
good.
an idiot.
Nice
He's ruined it.
organization.
But, you know, when he got rid
Owner.
of Jimmy Johnson, that's what started it. But thrilled to get a
30
player's
years
ring.
ago.
I was thrilled to get a player's ring. I bought it at a Golden auction at a national. It went what I thought was, you know, more wholesale at the time. Might have been 7 years ago or something. And I was thrilled to get one as a fan. Now I'm watching these things trek upwards, you know, and to get a player's ring, you can always get the front office, the team, you know, publicist, whatever. It's easier to get those. But when you get a player, they really can go for a lot of money. And I would argue that, you know, when you're talking a 69 Mets ring of Tom Seaver, I can't think of a more expensive Mets ring, you know, than this.
Nothing
Derek,
close.
Is that family? Is that the consigner? It's
Yes, coming directly from the family. Yeah.
it's a family thing.
Yeah.
Because
So
They
Joe,
chose me,
Joe,
right?
you wouldn't
Well, that came from Nancy, obviously.
It came from the family. Yeah.
all right.
Joe, you wouldn't
Yeah,
bid
but
on that. I mean, would you ever consider putting a bid in on that ring?
You know, yeah, I would love winning it at 150 to 2, but it's going 400 to 500K.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
would
very
say
special ring.
my, you know,
He was
my
a great
gut says
pitcher. Great
500. Again, if you're a Mets fan, this is the most significant. We talked about the world's, you know, the 86 Mets. Do you want Gary Carter's ring? Do you want Strawberries or Goodins? They're not going to go for $500,000. I
Right.
believe
Nope.
Seaver, you know, will. But to what Lou asked, when you get a significant player, a Hall of Famer's ring, it's not easy to get those. Okay, so most people, you get the lower level players, and some of the people that end up out of the league. You know, like when you see some of these Super Bowl rings that get sold right away, some of these players are, you know, they were happy to get a ring or on the practice squad or whatever. They had
I
a
would
ring.
never give up.
Oh, I got a question for you. Did you ever? I know you didn't win the World Series.
Yeah, we got rings.
Did you guys get rings?
All-Star rings and all, Mr.
So did
Yorkie?
you get a World Series ring that's like smaller than what Cincinnati got?
No, yeah, well, it was different, of course.
get an
But
AL
but
pennant.
it's gold.
Yeah.
It's solid gold. And they gave me a 2007 Red Sox.
You got one?
Yeah, John Henry brought it up. I was doing the Legend Suite there.
Yeah.
And He says, "Yeah, we want to give this to you because you've been in an organization."
Can I have it?
No, they said it's worth. That's worth about 15, and the big ones are worth about 35,000.
That's
And
crazy.
this was back then.
Nice, very nice.
I would never give
No.
up a ring.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, let's talk about now. What's the backstory on your Wagner card? Because that story has kind of an interesting backstory. That was given to you guys directly from the family, correct? Not from the Wagner family, but from a family, correct?
Correct. The grandfather, Mr. Bernstein, of Douglas and Dennis, passed the card down to him. He was a big sports enthusiast, loved baseball, football, boxing, all sports. And he collected cards from the day, from the turn of the century, early 1900s. And he got this card from the Sweet Caparel pack, allegedly. And basically it's stuck in the family since. To the best of our knowledge, and Derek, if you know something I don't, no card Wagner has ever been traced to its original inception back in 1909. So this is a very special card.
Yeah, that's an accurate statement. And I think, Joe, what's your estimate on the card?
Well, 5 million plus. Derek, it opened this morning, and it's already at 3.7, all in with the buyer's bid.
That's unbelievable. Hey, if
It's
I can,
$1 million bid. It's got 25 bids. It's at 3.7.
Yeah.
People are fighting for the card already.
Well, I think but Joe, that's also a bidding strategy to get the people out that are just that have no chance. Now it's going to you'll see it now. It should settle there for a little bit. And then, is it that with the juice already? Is that with the buyer's premium? It's at 3.7?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
Joe,
No, it still has room.
when is that, Joe? When does that auction end?
A month from now, February 21st.
Yeah, and you're saying you're calling 5 mil possibly on that?
Yeah,
That thing could
5
go for
million
6.
plus.
I was going to say that thing could go
It could,
for
if it's
not for 5 mil.
Yeah, that is the only one that I'm aware of that can trace back to the.
Well,
the
can I
original
say
owner.
something here? May I interject something?
Sure. Why not?
All right. All I'm saying to you is that when we come out with our book, Legendary Finds and Sports Collectibles Treasures, we are going to turn the hobby upside down.
Which way?
On the story of the T206
Wagner.
Magnol Gretzky Wagner. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, you're gonna wait. We don't know everything.
You don't know everything.
Oh,
We have been
Interesting.
given permission
okay.
to
Tell it like it is.
tell it like it is. Thank you.
Is this going to be a good thing, Tom?
It's going to be. It's an interesting. Let's put it this way, Joe. It's going to be a really interesting backstory. Very interesting backstory on that card, and I'm talking. Everybody knows. Everybody can go back to Bill Mastro buying the card from Alan Ray.
Yeah.
But no one really kind of knows what happened prior to that. And we're going to shed some light on that when the book comes out. So we're calling that a tease.
Yes.
He's teeing us up, Derek.
And that's okay. I just hope I think it's going to be a good book. I think he has the right.
I think the collectors. I think.
Well, with the help of you
every
guys,
collector
you
should
guys
buy
have been.
it.
Seriously, you guys have been phenomenal. Heritage, Memory Lane, Golden, REA, private collectors have come out of the woodwork, asking if we can include, and we're really being picky as to, because word has gotten out, and we've had some private collectors call us, and they haven't made the cut, to be honest with you. But then some have come out of the woodwork, and it's like, oh man, are you kidding me?
That's good.
You're in. So that's what we're working on. I think it's going to be fun. But anyways, stay tuned for that. I think you guys will find it pretty interesting. All right, let's move on here. Tell me about this Topps Venezuelan Ryan. I don't know anything about that car. Why is that such a hot car, Derek? That's going to be in your auction in
What
March.
grade is it, Derek?
I mean, it's 7. I think it's a 7.
No, it can't be. I mean, what auctions that? Here's the thing: we have so many items. And
yeah,
so many
no, and I
auctions.
know that, Derek. That's why
If
I
you're
didn't want
asking
to.
me
I didn't want
why
to. I didn't want to surprise you because
No.
I'm not concerned about the fact that it's in what auction it's in, but
Okay.
it's called the Topps Venezuelan
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan.
Well, it's
What's the
going to be a
difference?
limited. Well, it's a
Okay.
limited issue that was issued there from Topps, and those cards are, they were glued in albums.
Okay.
They didn't survive. It's a third world country. It's
Is
just,
it from Maduro's collection?
is it, I think he had to turn that over to the. I don't know if
I
he
do
won or not.
I do want to say something here.
Well,
I
that
do
was
want to
good.
say something. There's 1, 2. We're probably going to piss off a lot of people, but there's 1, 2, 3,
Let's
4,
do it.
5 conservatives on screen right now. Just want to make that.
I'm neutral because of
Yeah,
career
you're neutral. You're
suicide.
full of crap.
You're not neutral.
Some great players
me-
come out of Venezuela.
So what
yeah,
I'm
you're not
curious about, what's the grade, Tom?
I want to say it was a 7. It wasn't that
no,
high.
it's
7 or an 8.
You can't be that high.
I
That's
think
a
it is, Derek.
crazy.
I think it
Okay,
is.
so we have one with 9 days left and a 1, and we have 1 and a 5.
Oh, maybe that's one.
Okay,
Maybe
so it's a
that's-
5. So
it's
that's
a
just your, false reporting as usual, where you don't have the facts straight. I mean, you just
Right.
you see something, you mess up the grade. Thank God it is a Nolan Ryan, and it is Venezuela. It's not Argentina. Okay, so you
Speaking
got a
of
couple
grading-
things right.
Wait, let me.
And Derek, correct me if I'm wrong. That Ryan rookie in a 5 is like a T206 and a 9. That's
Yes.
a crazy grade.
Yes, that's a great analogy. So a 5 on that card, it might as well be, it would be a 9 for sure in another issue. It's really tough. So it's in a 5. Our estimate's 40 grand. It's already sitting at
You have a
50
question?
with 9 days left.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I know because you mentioned Venezuela, another country. I got a card to sign from. No, it's serious.
Chico, what was the guy in Saturday Night Live? Baseball been very, very good to me.
No, from Israel. I got a couple of from Japan. The mail. I looked at it. What's this? And they had cards in it. Do they buy or go into auctions to buy many cards from other
That's a
countries?
good question.
Yeah, I'm just
more-
curious because
I will tell you this: the Pacific Rim for sure is more active than ever with China and Japan. I mean, again, is it all Otani? Is it because of Pokemon? Is it because there is a ton basketball?
basketball. Yeah.
There is so many. We have so many new clients from Europe, from China, from Japan.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's crazy. They have major
Worldwide.
trade shows over there. The
Yeah.
hobby's expanding. They love American sports. Maybe they love, and again too, Otani. I mean, I'm sure if you're over there, he's the most recognizable. Was Ichiro was great. Yao Ming was big, but I mean, they love Michael Jordan. You've got a lot of collectors over there. And
Yeah,
it's
listen,
community.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you about the Venezuelan card. Does that mean it's a Venezuelan printing? Are there different printings? How many different areas are they printed in? How many different editions are there on a given top set?
It's not really so, like in 77, they did Mexican football. I think they experiment.
Put it on.
Joe, how many Venezuelan issues are there?
For baseball, I think. Oh, let me just think for a second. What did they? 65 through 68, or?
I think, yeah, it's somewhere in
I don't
there.
think there's 69.
So is that where they produce, or they produce an American production?
They must be produced by Topps here, though, right?
I don't
What
have
language
the
is
answer.
it in? If it's
I'm getting
no,
caught flat-footed here with these this is wow, this is live.
Well,
Joe,
this is
we're
good.
getting
Hey,
our
listen, before we take a break,
Yeah.
I want to ask both you guys this question. Speaking before we take a break, we're talking about grading. Is it a good thing that PSA bought SGC and now Beckett? I want to ask you that first, Joe.
I personally get nervous when an industry is dominated by one company. When you weed out competition, it becomes dangerous. Okay. I thought the best time, and Derek, jump in, correct me if I'm wrong, was when Global, SGC, and PSA were all dynamos, and I just think it prevents a company from taking advantage of you. Pretty much. Derek?
Look, we do a ton of business with PSA, and but
Ditto.
and us, we do coins, we do photos. They have comics now as well. We do CGC and PSA both. But here's the thing: anytime, and I would make this argument, should I, working for Heritage, say that I want us to be the only auction company? I would answer that competition brings the best out of you. Joe T and I kill each other when we're in a battle. Okay. I will go for Ken's throat if I'm up against him. They do the same. Okay. I think we respect each other.
It's not going to be a monopoly anyway, right, Derek?
But here's the thing with
end up
PSA.
in court.
So in auction companies, yes, it should, and that's the thing. That's the question a lot of people are asking. PSA bought their biggest competitors, bought SGC and Beckett. So why would I think that's a good thing? I like having separate companies. PSA still got the most of our cards. It's nice to have now Collectors Universe owns all three companies. If they're going to improve the brands and improve the turnaround time and keep training graders and improve the grading, sure, that's a good thing if they improve it. If they don't improve it, then no. But also you could argue it's a monopoly. I mean, they just bought SGC and then they just bought Beckett. So I don't see how that's great for the industry. I like competition. I like competition making the other guys better. Golden makes us better. We make Golden better. I'm sure. Joe, do you have a sales meeting where Heritage isn't brought up?
Once every 2 or 3 sales meetings. Yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Listen, we're going to take a break. Lou, do you mind if we do not address the crackerjack moment this week, or is that going to be a problem?
Fine by me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to, because I want to spend time with Joe and Derek. So don't forget, though, if you want to go to Tom Zappala Media, we do have some crackerjack books that were found by our book distributor. They found a couple of cases, and they're selling them now for a discount, like, I don't know, 50% off or something.
So
just go to tomzappalamedia.com and purchase your book.
Taking a break,
and actually, they're signed. I'm sorry, Derek?
Are you taking a break, or do you want to know how they were Venezuelan cards were issued in packs produced between 59 to 68?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were produced there, and that's probably why the paper quality is different. Okay.
So they were produced in Venezuela, Louis.
Yeah. I'm not sure why they picked Venezuela. Okay. I don't know.
Louis Aparicio.
That's right. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. We come back. Joe's in the house. Derek's in the house. They're with us for the whole hour. We don't know what direction it's going to go in today, and that's the way we like it. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Wrong direction.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a 2-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
I wasn't quite ready. Derek, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, I have a question. By the way, I have a question for Rico. I want to do this right now because this was an interesting on deck. This question was submitted by a Tony Palmentieri. And Rico, I wanted to ask you about this team.
Irish kid.
What were your thoughts on the 68 Detroit Tigers? How good was that team? How good was that team?
Great team. Yeah, great team.
I mean, like you had Norm Cash, you had Denny McClain, and
the lefty
Al Kaline.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that team in 68 compare? Because they had a ton of all-stars with the 75 Reds. Were they right up there with
75 Reds?
Yeah.
Pretty much. They had better pitching than the Reds and the 75 Reds overall. And defensively, they were a very good ball club. No, I mean, they were angry because Earl Wilson, who used to be with us, went to Detroit, and they were so mad that we won in '67 because they lost the last game to the Angels to help us get into the World Series, and they were mad. He said that they went to spring training and they said, we're gonna let's go. Pep talk. I mean, we're gonna win this thing, and
Well,
they did. And
they had McClain, they had Lolich, and they had Joe. What the hell was it? The number 3 pitcher.
Yeah, Joe. You're right.
He was pretty good pitcher.
Very good. No, and they had the good closer, Hernan. I think was.
You know who they didn't have? Bob
Who?
Gibson. That's who they didn't have.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
good point.
of course,
That's a good point.
but
Joe, do you remember that team?
They were good.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, Norm Cash, the shortstop couldn't hit his weight, but he was a great shortstop.
Euler?
Ray Euler? No, was that Ray Euler?
No, it was Detroit.
Can't remember who it was, but he was good. Hey, listen, I want to ask you guys, autograph cards are red hot. Derek, you have the that big collection going.
The Golden
now.
Age collection that we've been breaking up. Yeah, it's the prices have been crazy.
That's crazy.
Incredible collection.
I mean, it really is.
Very exciting collection.
Why don't you, tell our audience about what happened? I mean,
what is it?
It's just an amazing collection. Why don't you? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, it's an amazing collection of Topps and Bowman sets that a family member got from our consignor. Our consignor has the collection. It's passed down through the family. The guy just chased autographs and got year of issue, like our 52 Mantle, sold for almost $1 million, and a couple people were still, Joe knows one of them, one of the guys regretting that was an underbidder that he didn't go higher, and almost hit $1 million. It was a 52 Mantle signed in 52.
So that's key though, right, guys? Joe and Derek, it's key that the value of a card is more important if it's signed at that time period.
In the period, yeah. And we have a 51 Bowman.
Assuming the signature is presentable. And
right.
this signature was very presentable.
And there's a lot of cards here where the signature, lots of Jackie Robinson cards that were signed in these issues of Bowman and Swell and Topps. It's just incredible with these. I mean, it didn't shock me. We probably underestimated it, knowing the collection was going to be, several million, couple million. I forget what we told the consignor exactly, and we're blowing away the numbers. The estimates are just getting blown away. 48 Bowman Mike and signed. Basically the sets, literally almost complete sets of every. Again, Topps and Bowman starting in 48. I think he went up to 55. It's crazy. Incredible. Yeah.
Joe, you're the
king. I understand about breaking up a set, Derek, but was there ever any consideration of selling a completely signed set? Has to have some value, and it's not going to be less because of the individual cards, right?
Lou, great point. You're so much better than Tom at this. I'm sure maybe the role should be flipped. But honestly.
No, that would be a disaster with me behind the controls.
No, we wouldn't even have a show. You're right. So I love Lou interjecting on these. But no, so guys like me, I love signed sets, but there's so many commons, and I don't have a particular. So I'm a Clemente guy. I have a signed Clemente rookie. I have a signed Koufax, or I have a signed Killebrew. So I'm more of a rookie card collector that's signed, right? And I do have stars, other Mantles signed and stuff. It would have went for a rocket ship number, but it would be hard to convince a consignor that the best way to do it is in one lot, because you're going to lose some interest from the guys that only want the Mantle, only want the Jackie. Okay. So that's why we have to break it up. Now we do have a lot of the 52 signed. So we have a big starter group for the set where we're but you got to sell those rookie cards separately. You got to pull out some of the keys to sell separately. There are some of the lower value sets, and they're start over 10 grand, but where we've kept it together, where you can buy the entire set. But in 48 Bowman basketball, you had to pull the Mikan out. You just have to.
Yeah. Joe, I mean, you're the king of signed cards in your collection. You have some.
He's the king of signed cards.
He's had some great.
Because of Babe Ruth. Yes, he is the king of Babe Ruth.
You owned a 1933. Gowdy signed Babe Ruth. That was a PSA 9 or something, wasn't it?
No, 3.5 card grade.
What was the auto?
And it was the yellow. It was number 53. It's from the Mile High Find.
Right.
It's gone.
It's already gone.
Oh no, it's gone. I sold it.
Okay, but now don't you have one in? It's not that card, but you have one in your auction right now.
Yeah,
don't you?
the card we have in the auction is the best signed Ruth card in the hobby. I wish I could own it. It's graded a 4.5. So not only is it a Pop 1 highest Gowdy, it's a Pop 1 highest Ruth. There is no Babe Ruth card graded a 4.5 in any issue. That's autographed by Ruth. It belongs in the Hall of Fame. It's incredible.
Now, what will that card sell for, Joe? What's your prediction?
Now, in defense of Heritage, and Derek was talking about their estimates being crushed. How do you estimate a number for a Pop 1 highest graded?
What's the
for Derek and company? How do you estimate numbers on Golden Age signed mantles from the early 50s? It's an impossible endeavor. It really is.
Yeah.
I estimate this at $1 million plus. It should go more. Heritage got 600,000 for a Babe Ruth PSA 2 with a 7 auto, and there was no provenance. Like, it didn't come from a special collection, or so. There's no limits on signed Gowdy Ruths now.
Yeah,
So
I think Joe's estimate is right. I think that's the right estimate. You put $1 million on it, but odds are it could go for more. We knew our 52 mantle was going to approach $1 million. Keep in mind, we sold before that, and this is year of issues signature. Before that, in August, we had sold the highest graded autograph 52 mantle, card graded a 5.5 with an 8 auto, and that went for over $1 million. So we thought this would be close. But I think your job to estimate is to be conservative and use comps that are relevant. I don't think it's healthy for the industry to overestimate items or try to make something look more valuable than it actually is. I think we try and get it right. We try and exceed, I try to go more conservative in general. Why shoot a rocket ship number out to the family and tell them it's going to go for this, and then it goes for, half of that? Our job is to I think you want to be conservative on estimates, and then you still do your job at marketing, and everybody knows about our auctions. The Golden Age collection we had it on display at the National. It was probably one of our best things in the booth at the National was all those signed cards that people knew we were coming up with an auction.
I think it's one of the greatest finds ever in the hobby, Derek.
It's very cool. If you like signed cards, I don't know how it gets any better.
After speaking to who was it? Dan Imler?
Dan.
After speaking to Dan about that, it's a obviously we're going to include that in our book. It's a great find. Do you guys get? I'm assuming you do, Derek, but on the Golden End, Joe, do you get a lot of signed cards? Have you seen more signed cards coming through now?
Yes.
On your end, on the vintage end?
I actually, so many, Tom, that I created a catalog section called signed cards.
Really?
One auction, I didn't have as many. I blended them in with the regular cards. Heritage and REA do it that way, and that's fine. But I had so many, I said, let's create a special section. And it worked like a charm. And again, this is where modern helped vintage.
Right.
It was taboo to sign a card years ago. You're hurting the value of a card. In fact, Derek, I could prove that with my idol, George Thomas Seaver. Incredible as it may seem, there's only like 35, give or take, signed Seaver rookies. There's hundreds of Aarons.
Are you kidding me? That's all there is?
And Derek, I'm going to tell you why. There's hundreds of Aarons, Koufax, Rose, Ryan, hundreds. I went to see Seaver sign so many times. He shot me down so many times. He would not sign his rookie card because he felt he was hurting the value. And he said that to me. Now, as signed cards got valuable, Tom Seaver got sick and he stopped doing shows. So there was never a period of time where he could go back on that and sign his rookie. So to me, one of the best investments in the hobby is a signed Tom Seaver rookie card.
Wow. You know what I have to say here? Then?
Yeah.
Sneak peek into my collection. I have a Tom Seaver signed rookie card.
Derek, don't let it go. I actually own
I only have
Derek,
one.
I own a 9-9.
Oh, for God.
Cards
Do you
9
really?
and a 9 auto.
I was set up for that. He literally got in. So I can
signing the
say,
history of signing the guys.
you have a 9-9?
The vintage.
I do.
Freaking 9-9 on a Seaver rookie?
Yeah, God only knows what it's worth today.
Holy shit. Okay, you just made me feel small. Oh, I walked right into that. I
The
did.
closest is a
walked right into
7.
that.
There is a 7 that's on.
Rico.
Yeah.
Question.
Oh yeah, it's the signing, the history in a sense. The old guys would sign. There were no card shows. There were, people would come up to them, and then I used to go to when we went to Yankee Stadium or Ebbets Field. You tried to get an autograph from a guy near the dugout, and the police would go, no. So it was tough to get autographs. So that's,
What did you in your early playing days? Obviously, I know there's no comparison, but in your early playing days, did you sign a lot of cards?
No,
you didn't.
No, because there were no card shows, first of all, and then even at Fenway Park, they kind of pushed the kids away. After the game, they would be outside the parking lot, looking for autographs. But and the industry wasn't like it is now.
Derek, Dan was telling me with the Golden Age collection, the individual that amassed that incredible collection, what he was able to do is he started hanging out at Yankee Stadium and Ebbets Field and whatever, and he would get the players' autographs. But they got to know him so well that he was allowed to hang out at the hotel, and he would get a lot of autographs. I mean, everybody in the league really got to know this guy, and they had no problem signing for him at the hotel. Which I found
he wouldn't get it. He wouldn't get it now because
I found that
players won't sign now.
Hey, what is the most underrated card, Joe? I'm going to ask you first. What's the most underrated vintage card right now on the market?
Underrated vintage?
Yep.
Not signed. Just
underrated. Not signed.
I'm still gonna go with the 51 Bowman Mantle rookie. To me, it's still way undervalued.
Yeah.
Compared to the 52.
It doesn't seem as though that card ever, I owned that card for a long time, if you remember, and the card never really moved. It just never moved, and I finally wound up selling it and made a couple of grand.
And Tom, I did a write-up on this for a high-grade Bowman Mantle rookie. I believe, and this was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
At the time, there were 32 to 35% more 51 Bowman Mantles than 52s. But the value, the 52 exceeded the 51 by 150 to 200%.
Oh, I could believe that.
And those numbers just aren't proportional.
Derek?
He's not wrong. But if you're going to say the 51 Bowman Mantle is undervalued, how can we not talk about Willie Mays and what he did in the game of baseball? And his stats are clearly better than Mantle's and so many others. And I have him as number 2 overall compared to Babe Ruth. And I still think the M1014 Ruths are undervalued because it's Babe Ruth. Okay?
That was my second choice. Though.
Okay, there you go. So we're on the same page. We're getting along here too well. This is scary. Other than you setting me up with
you got that white collar, and I have to.
Oh, is that what it is? My priest look.
Okay, he's got to respect you.
The priest look. Yeah, I mean,
So again, the Mays rookie card. Okay, I think
the Mays rookies are undervalued. 52 tops and 51 Bowman. I mean, Jackie during his, and we could argue Jackie was, and then his card shot up. Astronomically during the pandemic, and he got the respect he deserved. They really shot up. Mays never really shot up like he should. I still think he's, should be in that Mantle category,
right?
And he's not. So I think that's
all right. So what about overrated? Is there one overrated card, vintage card, Joe and Derek,
Derek, go first because I have to think
Oh
about
shit! I mean, sorry. Did I just say that?
No, that's okay. You can say this is we're not on national TV. This is
Okay,
a
good.
stream.
Yeah, I'm trying to go straight and narrow.
Can I
here.
throw a card out at you guys?
Something that's overrated.
Sure.
What about the
you know-
McGee era card?
Yeah, I mean, they keep selling for more money. They don't sell for less money. So, overrated stuff to say. Like, what do I think's overvalued? Look, Joe and I love cards. So and I don't like to, I'll say it again. I don't like to shit on what anybody else collects. Okay. So to say something's overrated when the bidders step up for the stuff. Okay. Overrated.
I have a question, guys. No, go ahead. Finish it up. I'm sorry.
Okay. I would say overrated. Some of the prices the modern cards are bringing. There is we've seen this with LeBron exquisites. We've seen it with some of these cards, the Brady, where it shot up over $1 million. Okay. And now they've come back to earth. Okay. And again, there's a lot of great, I would not say Jordan, because Jordan cards keep going up. Okay. Because Jordan's the GOAT. He is of all sports. I don't care. Beginning of time till now. Okay, Jordan is universally loved, and his prices keep going higher.
So what's the overrated card?
I would say LeBron. Yeah, LeBron rookies that went up too fast, and they've slowed back down, and they've come back down to earth. And that would be.
Okay. I'm gonna take a stab at, and Derek. I don't know how Derek's gonna feel about this.
Well, let's see.
I'm not paying 1.2 to 1.5 million for a T206 Joe Doyle era. Now, I know there's only 9 or 10 of them.
That's a good point. Very
it's
good.
Joe Doyle. It's Joe Doyle. And if I'm spending 7 figures, it's going into Jordan, Ruth, Derek, Mantle, Jackie. But on the other side of the coin, you can't argue with the T206 frenzy, the T206 set building mania. And for those people who can afford it, they are possessed with 524, not 520.
You have a question. Well, no, go ahead, Derek. You guys.
I was just going to say, if you want to go, Joe's right. Okay. I'm certainly not interested in buying that card at the levels it's at. If you want to talk about that, but for I was hoping Joe was going to tell me more of a mainstream card that he thought was overrated, like a rookie card or Mantle cards too. But it's okay because I think Joe feels about them. Joe, you feel about modern probably the same way I do, right?
I do.
Rookie cards.
And again, my only thing with modern, it's rarity, 1 of 3, 1 of 1, 1 of 10.
But it's created, Joe.
It's manufactured rarity. Right.
How about
what it's rarity? It's still there. The only issue for me as a collector, and like with Jordan, Brady, those guys are set in stone. For current athletes, you're a PED headline away, Ray Rice headline smashing someone in an elevator. You're a bad headline away of having some trouble with your investment.
Well, and there's super refractors that come out and they go for $100,000. The guy hasn't even hit a ball, thrown a pass, and they're $100,000.
Let me turn it to a good headline away. For example, where are we on the curve of Drake May right now? Because he's potentially 2 weeks away from winning a Super Bowl.
He really is, and he's really a favorite to get there.
He's a quarter. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Derek.
Is this a buy or a sell period for Drake May?
He is. Oh man, I'll tell you right now. I've watched a little bit of them, obviously, because I'm watching,
playoffs,
Red Zone channel, all the games. I love it, and you got the right coach. What a turnaround! Players coach, Dre. You got a really good quarterback there. I mean,
potentially a good investment.
Yeah, I do think so. I think so.
What
I think
would that go for?
Well, you don't know because
here's the thing. There's so many of his rookie cards, and I don't have that at my fingertips. I will ask the question though. I would like to know what his most expensive one is, or what whatever his top rookie is. I'll find that out. But
all right, listen, we're going to take a quick. We're way behind, but Louis being really
we
nice to us
behind?
today.
Is there a time
because,
limit? Why do we have a time limit with us on the show? This should be good.
Because life has a time limit, but Louis, he's allowing us to advance a little bit today. Is that correct?
Okay,
Louis?
good.
Yeah.
Because Lou's got some great. I mean, but you know what, Drake May. I think we're going to see him more. I think he's going to be up there in that. More championship games than just this one coming. I think he's got a
Hall of Famers. That's what they do.
Stop it.
Well, you can.
Who's the MVP, Derek? Drake May?
No, the other guy.
Or Matthew Stafford?
I have to. Stafford's numbers are crazy. I didn't even realize what they were until somebody brought that up.
46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Yeah, I have to give it to Stafford. But I love what New England has done this year and what he's done.
Well, we're going to talk about that after the break because I want your predictions.
But
see, he hates Drake May.
No, I don't.
No,
I do not hate him. What I hate is they're making them Hall of Famers, the greatest thing that ever
that's
happened.
Crazy. Yeah, he's got to keep winning. Yeah, he's got to keep winning.
I know it's exciting. I like him. It's exciting, but don't.
Tom, before
Brady is the best. The
Correct.
best ever.
If anybody's comparing him to Brady, they're crazy.
Brady is the GOAT.
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. We have one more section. Derek is in the house. Joe is in the house. Myself, Rico, and Louis. Hang in there. We shall return.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on the tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden Auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Okay, we are back. Derek Grady from Heritage Auctions, Joe Tomasulo from Golden Auctions, Rico, myself, and Lou. You had a question.
I want to go back to the Mantle cards. Why the 52 is why isn't the 51? People look at that at the rookie card and should be worth a ton of money as opposed to the 52, which is legit his rookie card. Why?
It's his 51 Bowman, but
Right.
Rico, here's why the 52 trumps it. It's the whole mystique around the high number series and the Topps owner. What was his name, Derek? Cyberger dumping, truckloads of high number series, vendor cases into the Hudson Bay or wherever, the Hudson, the Atlantic, wherever we dumped them.
All right, so I'm going to ask both of you guys this question, Derek and Joe. Why is the 52 Mantle not considered? Just take a step back now. There's a zillion of them out there. Why isn't that considered an overrated card?
Yeah. I'll tell you why.
People buy
because people. I always thought I've wanted one. Look, I sold. We sold one. I took it in and we sold it for $12.6 million.
Correct.
995. Okay. The amount of people that wanted to see that card, and it's not just condition. It's now that's the amount of people that want to own that card. Authentics used to be under $5,000. Ones used to be under $5,000. I always thought I'd have a 5 in my collection because 5s were always going to be, at one point it was a 6,
right?
And a 5. Now I keep lowering it. Now I don't even know if I want one. Well, first of all, I can live vicariously through Heritage because we have them all the time. But now there's authentic selling for $50,000, $40,000.
So is it supply and demand, Derek?
There's a lot of them out there. No, that's the king of baseball. I would argue when I first got into this, the chase card was the Wagner. And this is back in the 80s and the 90s.
Yep.
Wagner was the biggest deal.
Yep.
Now people look at the Wagner as unattainable, other than for multi-millionaires. Okay.
Yeah.
But the 52 Mantle you can attain, and people will be happy. I saw a kid, probably 25. He buys and sells to breakers. He always wanted a 52 Mantle. That's his Wagner card. So he finally bought one in a 1, and he was all excited about it. And the thing doesn't even look that nice, but it's a 1, but he got his Mantle card. That's how people talk about when guys like Mastro talk about when they first got their Wagner, or, you know, the guys like that, the Wagner. Now this is this generation's Wagner card, I believe, and everybody wants one, and they keep.
Yeah, that's a great point, Eric. Yeah.
Now, this is vague, but I've always looked at the 52 Mantle as it's iconic American art, even beyond everything else involved. It's if there was a Louvre in the United States, it would have a Mantle card and a poster on there. You could
Agreed.
It's again, it's just an iconic piece of American art.
Well, that has a lot to do with why it's much more popular than the 51 Bowman. The 51 Bowman is a boring looking card. I mean,
and let me piggyback off what Lou just said, and I think Derek would agree. From an iconic perspective, the image of the 52 Mantle is right behind the T206 Wagner. Obviously, the Wagner image is numero uno, but Ali Darwin affirmed, Derek, in the Belmont Stakes, nose to nose, the Mantle's right there. You know,
but people who don't
100%.
collect could look at the Mantle 52 and see that as art. I mean, you'd have to be a collector to understand a lot of the value here. But I think just Americans in general would look at a 52 Mantle and say, "Wow, what a great piece!" You know, again, it's Americana.
Yeah, it can't be overrated when I get excited.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know
when my guys bring in card collections. And they tell me it's a 50s collection. I'm like, what grade's the Mantle? And they can say authentic. It's a PSA authentic or an SGC authentic. And I'm just like, great. I love it. How many Mantles can we,
for both of you guys, is the Pokemon explosion, is it a result of just some phenomenal marketing on the manufacturer's part?
Absolutely. I mean, that thing's been around now for how long?
Yeah.
It is so consistently collected. I was taking a collection in Ohio, and the adult son came in. He was on a lunch break, and he came back from work, and I said, well, what do you collect? He said, well, some baseball, but I'm really into Pokemon. And he's in his 30s. Okay. And I was just like, wow. So you collect this, and he's like, build sets, collect it. I know all about it, and I just didn't think. I thought it was the game. There's the game. People play the game.
Joe,
I don't.
Yeah, Tom.
What are your thoughts on Pokemon?
I don't have many thoughts on Pokemon because I kind of distanced myself from it. But I tell you what, did you see the Logan Paul Pokemon card? Where it's at in our auction?
No.
5.1 million bid.
Are you serious?
48 bids. So with the buyer's premium, it's like 6.3 million.
I just can't wrap my arms around it.
I know.
I can't either.
Don't you feel like the
different
Pokemon
levels?
It has to be.
Is it like that's say the top card? They're lesser cards, but for
they're
less
commons. I think
and you gotta know what they are, right? I mean, obviously.
Don't you think it's ground zero?
If you look at card shows, Rico, like you see Pokemon everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere.
Louis, what were you saying, Lou?
Don't you think the Pokemon craze is ground zero for manufactured rarity, though?
Louis, you can't say that because the card's been out for 30 years.
No, but I mean, they
control. You see where it started. Ground zero means where it started.
Well, I mean, every card.
We do that in Lou. We do that in sports too.
Right.
For Pokemon, it's ground zero. Or for TCG stuff, that is, yes.
Yeah.
For us, whenever they started making one-of-one cards, and now they make.
If Tom Brady is playing or Mickey Mantle's playing, you got to issue a card. Pokemon gets to control what they're issuing and how much of each.
Good point. That's a good point. Yeah, because
they're
you're right.
Total control of the inventory.
Yeah. Good point.
Hey, did they ever make the Jeter Judge card? The one card. I read that there were somebody was going to make it. Well, Tops, I guess, was going to have Jeter and Judge
signed.
Yeah, signed. You know,
piece
like
of each
similar to
yeah. See, that's
Jordan.
that. I have a problem with that. You know, I mean, I think the with the LeBron Jordan card that was signed, what's it called, Logo Man or whatever the hell it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's going to prevent them now from creating all of these cards? Like Rico's talking about now, a Jeter Judge card coming out, signed by both of them.
Nothing's going to prevent. Nothing's going to prevent. They're going to keep making them. Look what they've learned. They can just go for more money. People go crazy. They get press. They're just going to keep making them.
Yeah, here's another card that's coming.
Card,
yeah,
guys. And Derek, again, I'm not in touch as much with modern maybe as you are.
I've had to become more familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but is there an Ohtani root card where they put an Ohtani signature and root cut in the card yet?
I can see that coming out.
It's gonna.
I don't think there is.
They're going to. Don't take credit for it when they do, because I'm sure they've already talked about it in creative, in Tops. You know.
All right. So what would prevent?
Don't steal my thunder.
So hold on, Derek. What would prevent a Tom Zappola, if he has a Babe Ruth cut signature and an Ohtani cut signature, what would prevent me from going to some manufacturer and say, here, make this card for me? And now I have a one-of-one. Doesn't work.
But
right?
you don't have Michael Rubin behind you pushing the product.
Yeah.
So you're
right.
That much.
Right.
Okay.
All right, listen, before we end this soiree, your Super Bowl predictions. Joe, you first. Who's going to wind up in the Super Bowl? Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I think New England's taking another title.
No way.
I just think it's their year.
Seattle.
Yeah, I think Seattle too.
I think Seattle, you know, one of my best friends is Lee, who works with me, and you see us at shows together. He's a diehard Seattle fan.
It's okay.
Yeah. He the only team he didn't want to draw in the playoffs were the Rams, because the Rams and Seattle would just know each other too well.
Yeah.
He's nervous about that game, but I think Seattle's shown us. Darnold's got a chip on his shoulder. I think Seattle's really good, solid team playing at home. I think they get there, and I do think whether it's Seattle or the Rams, they beat the AFC champion. I don't see how Denver can get there without Bo Nix. I really think it's going to be New England.
I agree with that. Louis?
I hope that.
For me, playoffs are always a simple equation. Best coach, best quarterback. That leads me to the Rams. I think the Patriots have a shot here. They got to beat Denver, so they're going to the Super Bowl. I think they play the Rams. The Rams.
Hey, remember Brady's first Super Bowl? I didn't think they had a chance at the greatest show on turf.
No, they didn't.
Right.
And they won.
They had Brady. They had Brady and Belichick, best coach, best quarterback. So
I think for this week, Louis, I think for this week's game against Denver, you know, I forget about the Denver offense. And I agree. I don't know how many points they're going to score, not many, but I think that it's the game is the Patriots offense against the Denver defense. I think for the Patriots to win, I mean, for you to say it's all legit, he's got to ring up 20 to 24, 25 points.
Don't care if he wins 3-0. I don't.
Well,
care.
that's true too.
How about the defensive Patriots? They got a hell of a.
They have a good defense too. They do.
I just don't see how the Patriots lose that game.
It's cliche, but it's turnover battle. Control.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, did you ever see a more pathetic performance than CJ Stroud?
That was really.
It could be the worst quarterback performance I've ever seen.
That was worse than bad. That was worse than bad. And I don't know if the guy's hurt, but I mean, if they're banking,
the weather sucked. They're on the road. They're underdeveloped.
But Derek, if they're banking on that guy to be their franchise quarterback, that's a hurting team.
Have you ever seen a professional athlete with that much ghost in his eyes? I mean,
I thought he was going to start
Oh
crying.
my God!
Look,
I thought he was going to
gone
cry.
halfway through that game.
I thought he was going to.
Actually, Lou, I can come back at you, Derek. You're a fellow Cowboy fan. Dak Prescott's face before the Green Bay game in Dallas in the playoffs a year ago when Green Bay annihilated us. Dak Prescott looked like he had fear in his eyes. Like,
I thought
and I don't know
must
why.
have watched all the practices. I mean, and I know they didn't. I'm just saying that was a master class. They destroyed the Cowboys in every facet of the game.
That was
Well, listen, Rico and I want to end this by saying in 3 days, you guys going to have maybe a foot and a half of snow.
Yeah, well,
and
they predicted it.
Here, the low here is going to be what, 73?
I think it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 72 or 3.
Yeah, and the high is going to be 86 on Monday.
Chilly. Yeah.
So
Derek, let's remember that comment
just want to
the
bring
next time the Gulf Stream smacks them with a hurricane.
Yeah,
let's keep that. Tom, I'm going to remember that.
All right, listen, good luck, Joe,
Hey,
with the auction. And don't forget that Ruth card. What is that? Lot number 59, I think it is. Great card, by the way. I saw that.
That was the one we just pulled from the auction.
What? Let's not forget lot number 59 in the Golden auction. I kind of try to mix it up between Golden and Heritage and REA and Memory Lane, all of them. So just keep that in the back of your mind. With that being said, we love you guys. Listen, you guys know what you guys mean to us.
Yep.
You two are by far, not by far, but you two are our favorites. When you come on this show,
Yeah, he said it. I heard it.
That's good. You guys,
He's
you
gonna
guys
get
are
his
right
balls
up there.
busted
You're right
now.
up there. With that being said, Louis, have a good weekend. Go Patriots. Joe, Derek, Rico, and to our viewers and listeners, happy collecting.
Guys, enjoy the games this week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.